Mr. Chairman, one of the extended prerogatives of the chair is that you can finish whatever, and please do. If you have more on the subject.
We will have plenty of discussion during the hearing. I want to keep it moving along. If the ranking member would like to make an opening
Absolutely.
statement, I will yield you 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to the witnesses for being here and taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us and to travel here. And I want to. There was a moment yesterday during the President's State of the Union speech before Congress that I thought was almost like an epiphany, in that we reached a discussion about common ground. And that common ground effectively said, Social Security and Medicare are off the table. We don't have to worry about those being part of any cut list, and we're all going to work together to make them stronger. I thought that was a rare and good moment in which, on the surface, seemed to have the vast support of all the members of Congress that were there. So that was a special moment. And I would hope that as we look at the issues that are before us today, and before the jurisdiction of this committee, that we look to try to find some common ground on some issues. But I don't think today is one of them. Last week, 4 big oil giants, Exxon, Shell, Chevron, ConocoPhillips, reported the largest profits in history. Together, these fossil fuel Goliaths made over $1 trillion in sales in 2022. Needless to say, big oil had a good year. And on the other hand, the climate did not. The drying of the West showed no signs of slowing down, sending the Colorado River reservoirs into historic shortages and demanding of the federal government and Congress that they intervene in that crisis that continues to grow, the drought in the West. The hurricane battered Puerto Rico, ripped through Florida, making it the deadliest hurricane to hit the state since 1935. All told, the cost of climate disasters in the U.S. totaled $165 billion last year and claimed far too many lives. Climate change is a public health, safety, environmental, and existential crisis like we've never known before. And I think because of that, Democrats on this committee continue to push the issue that climate must be a central focus of any legislative consideration, and that the progress that we've made into a transition away from total dependency on fossil fuels, 85%, as the chairman said, to renewable, alternative energy sources that are clean and healthy for the world and for the American people, that continues to be central in what Democrats of this committee will continue to advocate for, fight for, and push for legislatively. This committee helped pass the most significant investment in climate action in history with the Inflation Reduction Act, the Democrats in this committee. The IRA includes $369 billion in investments for community hit hardest. That includes $4 billion to address the drought in the West, almost $3 billion to build more resilient coastal communities, and of importance to the discussion today, to boost federal permitting offices and environmental review processes so that the self-fulfilling prophecy of no resources, no staff, and permitting taking longer and longer feeds the same argument over and over again that somehow this is a deliberate attack on energy production in this country. $1 billion to bring that permitting process, expedite that process, is in there, and we should support its implementations. We made great headway in taking serious actions on climate, but it looks like my colleagues across the aisle won't be building the momentum anytime soon. Instead, we decided to dedicate this first hearing, their first message to the American people, how to make it easier for polluters to prosper in this country. During today's hearing, you'll hear about the need, quote unquote, streamline permitting, and to quote, unleash our energy potential. But before we get all hung up on these catchy slogans and they lure us into a drill baby drill frenzy, let's call them for what they are. They're nothing more than the industry's newest buzzwords, designed to trick the American people into giving them what they want. And what do these industries want? They want to hoard more of our public lands, despite the fact that fossil fuel industry already has thousands of approved permits across 26 million acres that they aren't even using. They want to, quote, streamline permitting by stripping us of public input, the public's right to know, despite the fact that they already ignore and trample all over environmental justice communities. They want to fast-track drilling and mining projects. I'm on my time right now, sir. So they can make more money more easily, despite the fact that they are already raking in trillions by taking corporate handouts and ripping off the American taxpayers. They want Republicans to do their bidding to make it happen, which they seem all too willing to do. But no matter what happens, no matter what Republicans want, the American people have a different vision for the future, and that involves dealing with the climate crisis, continuing the momentum toward a transition away from fossil fuels, and making center in all discussions and legislative actions going forward. What does this do, and how does this abate, mitigate, and remediate the issues around the climate crisis? With that, Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. Now you're back.